Nearly 70% of students at Lexington High School skip class at least once per quarter. But why?
We searched the hallways to find out.
Do you skip class often?
Not anymore, but I used to skip class a lot. Last year I skipped class a lot.
Why did you skip?
Like after a while, I just got started getting used to it. Skipping class, and then I skipped class to go do dumb shit. And then I skipped class to just hang out, and then I skipped class to catch up on my work. So it's all one big cycle.
I see. So how come you're not skipping class anymore?
Because I have to do a fifth year over again. That made me fucking realize that I skipped class, yo.
You gotta skip classes here?
Of course we skip.
I have skipped the class.
All the time.
I have a few times.
Sometimes.
No. Of course not.
Hell yeah, I do it all the time.
Matter of fact, I'm skipping now.
No, of course not.
Why don't you skip?
Because I feel like I need to value my education and it's an important thing. Mine's so into waste.
That's very profound. What do you have to say to people who do skip here at Lexington?
You shouldn't. Well, you're here to use school, right? So school's here because students go to school and school's here for education so you can have a better life in the future. So if you're skipping, there's no point in living at all.
Okay, so why do you skip then?
I don't like class.
It's boring as hell.
Well, I usually do it for a good reason. So like I have a test next class, so like maybe math class, probably most often.
Any other reasons other than big tests for skipping class?
Going out to lunch, if it's during a lunch block or next to lunch block, I'll probably do that.
I don't like the teacher. She's annoying.
Rami, I hear you skip a lot. Tell us why you skip.
Well, there are many reasons why students skip in general, and what I would say is that the primary reason is that students really need to feel free. They need to have the ability to do whatever they want, when they want, and because of this, students skip class. There's also another reason that people want to go get food, want to go have a good time with their friends, and not have to worry about the stressfulness of class. And also, they made us not like the teachers. That always works too. So, pretty much all in all, I'd say that it's the ability for students to feel free that makes them want to skip class.
So where do you personally go when you skip?
Sometimes I go to Burger King, sometimes I go to Aunt's Taco Maria, sometimes I just go back to my house and sleep. I don't really know.
We're talking to a bunch of your student peers about skipping. We have here
Ben, Terry,
Kyle.
Max.
So we have this entourage of people, and we're just gonna ask them a couple questions. Do you skip?
No.
Do you skip?
No. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe. One time.
So the answers vary throughout the board, but it seems that the majority of the people here do skip. Now I'm just gonna ask them another question, like why do they skip? So why do you skip?
Well, I don't skip. But
He doesn't skip. But why would you skip if you ever wanted to skip?
probably have a lunch and go out, or do something like a project that has to be done for class.
Yeah, same reasons. If I wanted to skip it, probably because it'd be like there was a test I didn't study for or something like that.
Give me some flies.
Damn right.
If I had to go home and check on the hostage I have in my basement, then I might need a little bit extra time if he's made it out. Maybe need nothing for a week ago.
To get out of school.
For the thrill.
Alright, so basically we just heard a bunch of your peers about what their views are on skipping. I'm Ralph Majette, Paige.
After seeing the student's perspective, it's only fair to see the other side of the story, from the teacher's point of view.
Hi, I'm Ralph Majette, and we're just basically talking with some of your counselors about skipping class. Here I have Mr.
Meduno.
Mr. Meduna, and what do you do here at Lexington High School?
I am a guidance counselor here. It's my first year here.
Now, Mr. Meduna, could you please tell us your policy on skipping and whether students should or should not do it and the consequences of such?
My policy on skipping?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone should skip. I mean, why would you?
Yes. Why would you? But could you tell us some of the consequences of skipping?
You get detentions, so probably don't want to do it because of that. You don't want to do it because you're cheating yourself. If you skip a class, especially a class like a math, English, social studies, main subject, you're missing a lot of valuable information. And in the long run, you might not see that as important right now, but in the future, you'll realize that a lot of that information probably was important. So, in a nutshell, you're cheating yourself.
Well, there you have it. The total view of a guidance counselor, one of your guidance counselors' view on skipping. I'm Ralph Majed.
Alright, hello, I'm Johnny Bush here at Lexington High School with a local English teacher.
Liz Cole.
Alright, and we're talking about the issue of skipping. So how do you feel about skipping in general?
99% of the time, there's no reason to skip a class.
And students skip your class a lot?
Yes, I would say that there's sort of repeat offenders who do skip a lot. The 1% of the time it might be reasonable if someone's going through something sort of traumatic and is very upset, but he or she should go to the guidance counselor with you.
And how does it make you, what impression does that give you when students skip your class?
That's a good question. Generally, I have no respect for kids who skip. Like, it's not an action I really can understand. So it generally makes me feel less impressed with the kid overall. However, I mean, every kid makes a mistake once. So one time doesn't necessarily change my opinion, but after one time it may.
So there you have it. In conclusion, we've seen the views from the students, we've seen the views from the teachers and the counselors. Now it's up to you to decide what's the right thing to do.